A man has appeared in court in London after being extradited from the United Arab Emirates. He's charged with the murder of a woman near Hyde Park. With the details, here's Nora Fakim.
Cameron Theophanet, also known as Angela, was found by police with multiple stab wounds at her home near Marble Arch 2 years ago. She died at the scene. The Metropolitan Police investigation led them to Dubai, where detectives made an extradition request to UAE authorities for 18-year-old Enzo Bitamio. It was granted, and a day after Bitamio arrived in London this week, he was formally charged with Angela's murder. He appeared at Westminster Magistrates Court this morning wearing a grey prison-issue tracksuit and spoke only to confirm his name and date of birth. He didn't enter a plea. Police say Angela's family are being supported by specialist officers. Bitamio is due to appear at the Old Bailey on Tuesday. Nora Fakim, BBC London.
Ahead of the London Marathon tomorrow, a mini London Marathon took place today. 20,000 children and teenage runners took part this morning, and Alison Earle was there.
It's the school sports day with a difference. Around 18,000 youngsters descended on one of the capital's most famous streets for the mini marathon. But in the Saturday sun, it wasn't easy.
It was tiring. I got stitched halfway. My dad said, "Oh, you left me behind, well done." Tiring. Absolutely tiring. It feels great, and then I'm going to go to support my sister because she's doing it too.
Held just ahead of Sunday's race, it sees 4 to 17-year-olds completing a 1 mile or 2.6 kilometre course before getting a medal. Plus a bonus celebrity selfie.
They're beaming with energy, and that's what I love about movement. It's such a great way to just feel positive and happy and energised. And I think the kids that do this hopefully are going to, go on to have an active adulthood.
The fact that these guys are going out and running for as long as they are, as small as they are, is truly inspiring. It makes me want to do more, be bigger than what I actually am.
And the taking part really does count, as each person across the line earns £10 for their school.
We got round halfway, and then it didn't really feel like we were halfway. At the very end, we were sprinting. People were cheering me on, so yeah, it was good.
We've had runners of all different ages and sizes coming through here, and they're in good company, as believe it or not, this race was won by Olympic legend Sir Mo Farah when he was a young boy. So you may not recognise these mini athletes now, but there's every chance you might in the future. Alison Earle, BBC London.
Yeah, well done them. Now, it's the first weekend for a new immersive experience looking back at the life and career of Londoner David Bowie. It contains hours of unseen archive footage and snippets from some of his most famous performances. The exhibition is on at the Light Room in King's Cross and was 3 years in the making. Bowie fans seem to approve.
I think his music is just so inspiring for kids, especially on TikTok these days. I think people are using his audio quite a lot on their videos.
It's just so beautiful, but he's so... just show how chameleon-like he was, and how I was just very lucky to be born at a time.
Thousands of runners have headed to the Excel today to pick up their London Marathon numbers ahead of tomorrow's 26.2-mile event. 59,000 people are expected to take part in the course, which starts in Greenwich Park and finishes on the Mall. A new conservation initiative is taking root in East London this weekend as communities, environmental leaders and nature enthusiasts come together for a pollinator pilgrimage. The walk will follow a growing urban nature corridor from Walthamstow Wetlands to Victoria Park, marking the launch of the Wild Cities programme. Jay Akbar went to find out more.
A perfect day to connect with nature. 100 Londoners gathered in Walthamstow to walk, take in the sights and even sing in the sunshine.
Mother Earth, carry me back to the sea.
This pollinator pilgrimage had a purpose too.
Today we are walking the future Wild Cities Nature Corridor. We have brought together 100 amazing people willing to see cities change for better and become more green and belong to people again.
That nature corridor will extend 14 miles through the boroughs of Tower Hamlets, Hackney, Haringey and Newham. It's designed to reconnect areas of wildlife so pollinators can travel freely through the capital.
One of the great things about projects like Wild Cities, it's about connecting all of these kind of different tapestries and patches of growing groups, community groups, people who are just on the ground doing the work.
There's been a steady decline of pollinators in London because of habitat loss. As I learned today, though, everyone can help.
You can do it on your windowsill, in your back garden, your front garden. We, on a grassy verge, we're also working with football clubs and churches and faith centres alongside communities and councils as well to try and bring everyone together and really bring nature back into the city, which we have to.
To do that, organisations need support.
There are amazing organizations already doing the work, but many times they get little funding or it's inconsistent, and what we need is to create consistent avenues for funding to these projects to be able to sustain themselves in the long term.
And ultimately help sustain London's green spaces. Jay Akbar, ITV News.